Long time no see, everybody. What's going on? So what have we got here today? I'll tell you what have we got. So why are interracial marriages unacceptable? Okay, all right. We'll get into that. All right, folks, why am I talking about this? I'll tell you why, right? So some time ago, I met this couple, interracial couple, right? And I just saw them and I said, wow, such a beautiful couple, right? The girl didn't say nothing, but the guy turned around and told me something really interesting. He asked me a question. He asked me, sir, have you ever been to Ocean City, Maryland? I was like, no, you know what's crazy? I've never been to Maryland in my life, right? Never even been to Baltimore. So he's like, I'll tell you something, sir. Me and my wife were really harassed when we went to restaurants. I was like, wow, all right, pretty sad, pretty crazy, right? Okay, so why are interracial couples not accepted, or maybe society does not accept them, all right? And we'll get into that. One, folks, society, right? And it goes back to your parents, right? Your mom, your dad, your legal guardian, right? So depending upon how you're raised, right? And I'm thinking a lot of times your parents, your legal guardian, mom, dad, your aunt, your uncle, whoever it is, will tell you or expect you, or kind of maybe even train you to stick to your race. So I'm just making an example. You are white American, Caucasian American, you're Latino American, you're African American, you're Asian American. You tend to stick to your own race, right? And marry your own race. Why? Because sometimes it's your family which is telling you this, right? And they're telling you, hey, this is your better route to pursue for a girl or a guy to stick to your own race and start a family, get married, have kids, because if you were to go outside your race, interracial, that would be a complete disaster, okay? And why is that? Folks, two, give you an example, a good friend of mine, he, white American, got married to a Chinese girl, he had a divorce, it's fine, that's not the issue here. So now, how does that work, folks? Now, thinking this way also, right? So he's a white guy, right? 200 years ago, his grand ancestors came from Ireland, right? Now you have this girl, she came from China, right? So she speaks a different language, right? He speaks English, she speaks Chinese, right? Is that an issue? Maybe, personally for me, that's not an issue, but for many people that could be an issue, right? Because different language, right? Of course, he looks different and she looks different, right? He's just the white guy, blue eyes, she's Asian, Chinese, she looks different. So now, how are they gonna get along? Will there be a clash of civilizations, right? That's what people think, right? Really think about it. They'll be like, whoa, interracial marriages are like a clash of civilization, right? It's just gonna be a blast, right? Is that necessarily true? I do not know the answer to that. Do I agree on that? No, I do not. I completely disagree on that. But majority of the opinions in America would be that yes, these marriages will not work, right? Now, speaks a different language, right? She speaks a different language. He speaks a different language. English, Chinese, different languages. Can they communicate? Probably yes. But for many people, hey, they don't want to go that route, right? Now let's look at the other part, right? You get married. And then religion. Now, what is the religion now? So let's say the guy is Christian. I'm just making an Episcopalian, Baptist, Lutheran, Mormon, Catholic. Girl is some other religion. I'm just making an example. She's Buddhist, right? Now what? What religion are they following, right? Believe it or not, folks, I had met somebody and she had told me she got married. She was Jewish and her husband was Catholic. And they both decided to keep their religion. I mean, that's a big compromise, right? And that's what marriage is all about, right? Will a lot of people want to do that? Wow, probably not, right? Okay, no, I'm not gonna follow your religion, or he's gonna say I'm not following your religion, and that will be right there be a clash, right, between them because of religion, right? But will some people willing to do that? Yes, some people are willing to do that, right? They're willing to compromise and say, hey, religion shouldn't be an issue, right? Now, putting that aside, now couples get married, they have kids, right? That's a big issue in America, right? Kids, wow, the kids look different. Wow, okay. And everybody's staring at those kids. Kids go to school, kids go to college, everybody's asking them, everybody's making comments. Most of the time, people are making negative comments, right? About, oh, you look different, or, what's going on here? Where's your dad from? Where's your mom from? Okay, all right. So the kids are getting confused too, what's going on. I'm not saying it's anything good or bad, right? and the society will, that's again another clash, right? Because you're looking at the kids, and the kids look different, which I think interracial kids look so beautiful, but guess what? Not everybody's going to agree with me, right? Majority of the standard will say, no, those kids don't look beautiful. That's not a good thing to do. It's not good for two different races to mix and have babies, because it's just not healthy, or it's just the clash of civilization, right? Now, you have kids. What do you name your kids, right? Now, give an example. The guy is Irish, white American, she's Chinese. Do you give them an American name, Sean, Mackenzie, Colleen, Maureen, or you pick one of these Chinese names or Asian names? So that's another issue for many people, is like, what do we name the kids, right? If they even proceed that level, right? If they even want to get married, because they'll be like, wait a second, I don't want to change. I don't want my kids to have different names, right? So language, religion, right? And now comes also the most interesting part for many people, maybe not for me, right, is food, right? Now, American guy, he wants to eat burgers, steaks, maybe, right? It's fine. She has her own food, Chinese food, okay, slightly different. You know, I love Chinese food, but hey, guess what? Some people just don't like the concept of Chinese food, right? So then there is a clash again, right? What kind of food are we going to eat at home? What kind of food where are we going to go out to dine? Or what kind of food do kids eat? You know what I'm saying? So kind of difficult topic. Again, is that a clash? I don't know. I don't think so. But yes, for many people, that will be a clash, right? Now comes the other part, is attraction, right, folks? I remember when I was at William Patterson University in New Jersey, when I graduated from there, a friend of mine, Mike, he was white American, and he said, you know what, I am only attracted to white girls. It's fine. It's completely fine, folks. And sometimes it's also attraction. Putting aside religion, language, what do we talk about? Kids, food. It could be also attracted. People here in the United States of America, most of them are attracted to their own race. People, by the way, go hunting. I'm seriously, folks. They literally go out there looking for girls, or guys go looking out for girls who are only their race. Yeah, I know, it's crazy, right? Yes, okay, no, I don't want to talk to this girl. She's not my race. Oh, I don't want to talk to this guy. I got nothing to do with this guy. He's not my race. He's out. He's out. All right? I'm sticking to my race. It sounds really crazy, but it's the fact, folks. And guess what? If you're denying me and you're disagreeing with me, I'm telling you, you're wrong, my friend, right? And there's nothing wrong in that. It's just the way people are, right? So we got attraction, right? That's another issue for many people. People are not attracted to another race, or they just don't find the other race attractive, and they do not want to even start the conversation. They don't even want to move to the next step. They're like, cut it out right then, walk out from the scene, and it's over, right? And also, folks, thinking this way, right? Many times people will look at interracial couples and also judge, right? Do you folks agree with me, right? So sometimes people don't like that, right? They go to restaurants or wherever they go, or they go somewhere to eat. I don't know, Thanksgiving is around the corner. People start passing comments, right? People start asking questions, right? And sometimes people don't like that. They feel better just being with their own race, right? I don't care what it is, right, folks? Now, also another misconception, people will look at certain races, right? And they'll say, oh, you folks only marry among your race. That's completely wrong, folks. That's completely wrong. Here in the United States of America, numbers do not lie. Americans marry on their race line. That's just the way it is, right? Whatever you want to call it, right? Whites will marry whites, Asians will marry Asians, blacks will marry blacks, Hispanics will marry Hispanic. That's just the way it is. Why is that? I do not know the answer to that, right? So if you're pointing a finger at one particular race and saying that race only marries their race, that's all races in this country. Why? I do not know the clear answer to that, right? But folks, let me know what you all think about this, right? Hey, is this wrong, right? The whole idea of interracial marriages, right? It's a sin, or maybe it's a bad thing, or it's just a class of civilization, or there would be so many problems. Why should I go through this whole process of going and meeting somebody, right? So why would you want to meet somebody halfway by the bridge, right? When you can meet somebody of your same own race, right, for many people, and you'll be happier that way, right? So why do you want to cross the bridge and tell that person to meet you halfway by the bridge? Now you got to compromise, right? Or maybe you might have to cross the complete bridge, right? I'm talking about the Brooklyn Bridge, right? And say, hey, all right, Caroline, I'm willing to compromise whatever you want to. I will accept everything you have to say. guess what? Most people don't want to do that, right? But some people are willing to do that, right? They're looking to marry that person rarely outside their race and willing to, compromise on religion, language, food, culture, holidays, whatever you want to call it. But folks, let me know what you all think about this. Interracial marriages are acceptable? Are they not acceptable? And please put your comments at the bottom. And yes, please press the subscribe button. Thank you.